It's just saying it in the chat.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Type it down.
Here, let me, why did it not go through?
I can hear you, but cannot. I can hear you, but cannot unmute or see the video. Huh.
Where's the witness?
Missouri.
Tell him to dial my phone. Mr. Hazen?
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson? So I guess Mr. Cunningham is who's on the line. Cape Girardeau, Missouri. All right, is this Mr. Cunningham?
Yes, it is.
All
Sorry,
right.
we can't get this to work.
Okay, do you have a touch screen or is it not a touch screen?
It is not a touch screen, and I do Zoom meetings frequently, so I'm surprised this is not working.
Oh, okay. So you know about how to unmute it and how to start your video then?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep clicking unmute me. I even try my my space bar, and nothing seems to be working.
Well, be darned.
You want to log me out and log me in again?
Why don't you try that?
Okay.
We'll try that here in just a second. If not, I'll take your testimony via telephone.
That'd be great.
Okay. I just did it.
Okay, says I've been in let me join the meeting again.
Adeline was your mother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they were divorced.
Adeline is my oldest sister.
Oh, thank you for that. I was talking to Mr. Hazen.
I'll be quiet. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but we don't see you.
No.
It still shows you as being muted on there's no video and it shows you as being muted on there.
Wow.
Weird.
But you had Mr. Hazen, you had a sibling who passed away and left two children.
My oldest sister, because she was my wife, yes.
I got you. And so, are Hunter Anderson and Dustin Stiles your children?
Yes.
Okay. Again, no, you were having problems. That's right. We had some emails about that.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like it, but I live with it.
That's all we ask, Judge. We
he couldn't find nobody that knew my dad long enough down here.
Gotcha,
They knew his background, prior to Missouri,
gotcha.
except for,
Had he lived up there in Missouri most of his life?
yes, and he moved to Mississippi and he come down here, what, about 18 years ago? 16 years ago, somewhere around there.
Okay, this is the deep-ended administration anyway, so.
Is he still on the phone, Greg?
Can you hear me, Mr. Cunningham?
I can hear you on the phone. Can you hear me on the video?
I can hear you on the
I can't see
computer
him.
now.
Okay, should.
Hang up the phone. Are you gonna enable your video?
I'm trying to, this thing is just not working very well. Finally.
There you go.
That is a screen of Colorado. I'm not actually.
Yeah, I didn't think that was Missouri.
Can y'all see him?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Mr. Cunningham and you two that are here today, if y'all would raise your right hands, please. You and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call shall be the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I do.
All right, go right ahead, Mr. Henry.
All right. Mr. Hazen, do you state your name for the record, please?
Danny Eugene Hazen Jr.
Mr. Hazen, the decedent, Danny Eugene Hazen Senior, was your father, correct?
Yes.
And he passed away, and as far as you know, he did not have a will, correct?
No.
And you have one sister that's deceased who left 2 children, and one sister that is still living, that being Leslie Hazen. And those for your there's proof of death and all the statements in there, true and correct to the best of your knowledge. You attempted to bring some bank statements with you today, but were unable to locate them, correct?
Yes.
Behind me, MD, correct?
Yes.
And that mobile home wasn't in his name, and he owed money on it, and it's been removed from the park at this point, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so the only assets that you are aware of are the $4,444.81 that were proceeds from an insurance claim for a 2007 Toyota truck that you checking account that you believe had about $2,000 in it.
Yes.
A certificate of deposit that you think had about $10,000 in it.
Yes.
And a savings account you believe had about $8,000 in it,
Yes.
correct? And the only claims you know against the state are you have a claim for reimbursement for funeral expenses, and you brought me a receipt today that showed those were about $12,000, correct?
Yes.
You had a funeral here and was returned to Missouri, correct? And dollars, correct?
Yes.
So the assets we believe are less than about $25,000.
Yes.
And the only debt owed is about $12,000 to you, and you plan to also get your father a headstone, correct?
Yes.
And that leaves the rest to be split between you and the other heirs. correct?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have this week.
Okay, you'll sign your proof just as your name is typed on there, Mr. Hazen. On the, right here. Second page and down at the bottom, put your middle name. Any questions of this witness, Mr. Mason?
I have no questions.
Court takes notice of your report. And you'll also sign your oath. Which says, I'll tell you what on.
Sorry.
Go right ahead with the rest of the witness.
Mr. Anderson, would you please state your full name for the record?
Wendell Aaron Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, you were the decedent's son-in-law, correct?
Yes.
You were familiar with him and his family history, correct?
Yes.
And you have before you a document that's entitled Affidavit of Facts Concerning the Identity of Heirs. You had an opportunity to review that document.
Yes.
Is everything stated therein true and correct?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have.
You can sign that. Any questions of this witness? Thank you, Mr. Mason. Go right ahead with Mr. Cunningham.
All right. Mr. Cunningham, would you please state your full name for the record?
John William Cunningham.
Cunningham, will you still please state your full name?
John William Cunningham.
Call me back. I've sworn him in, so.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. You're Mr. Cunningham. Have you been provided with a proof of, document called a proof of fact concerning the identity of heirs?
I have, sir.
Okay, have you reviewed that?
I have, sir.
And is everything contained therein true and correct and within your personal knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll sign that, just as your name is typed on there, Mr. Cunningham, before a notary public, and return that to the attorney, he will get that e-file with the clerk, and then I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing administration of the estate. We appreciate you showing up here today, and I hope you get to Colorado and view that in person.
That was actually on my aunt's place at one point. Will that document need to be mailed back to you, or can I scan and send it to you? Are you still there?
That is
Turn this outside. It details what you need to do. And administering the estate. Under the present circumstances, I have to set the bond at 24,000. But you know, if you want to do safekeeping or get safekeeping receipts from the banks and then get the funeral home paid out of that and everything, I'll be able to set the bond a lot lower.
Yeah. He's actually paid the funeral home. He's entitled to the reimbursement.
Okay, so I'll set it at 12,000 then. I'd already written in 24,000, so we'll set it at 12. And if you want to do safekeeping on the rest of it, what you've got some of the money in your IOs account, I can reduce it even further.
All right.
So let me look at it and let me know what you want me to do.
Yeah, once we know for sure what's in the accounts and all, we'll take a look at it.
Okay, if you need any orders, if the bank gives you any problems, give me a call.
So could you send the money to everybody they need? If we put all the money in, like in this account?
Yeah, we might be able, if we put it as our OLTA account, we might be able to do it, but I'll let you look at it. You need to look at the state bar rules on our OLTA accounts too.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Sure, thank you.
Sign that back, and I'll give you a copy of it.
We'll figure it out. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thank y'all so much for getting this one through.
You
You're
bet.
welcome.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Mhm, bye-bye.
Take care. Mr. Brinkley? Good. Okay, if I need to get each of you to enable your audio and your video, please.
Sign it and get it back to us. See what's happening here. Probate court.
Yeah, new Wi-Fi.
Okay, now see if she can hear you.
Okay.
There he is.
Hello,
Okay.
Miss Polly.
Hello,
How
good
are ya?
morning.
Can y'all hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Awesome, great.
Okay, now let me unmute. Now let me mute him. Okay, now she should be able to hear you.
Great, okay.
Okay,
Are you up? Okay.
is Mr. Polly in there? with us?
Yeah.
There.
On the same computer as Polly.
There he is.
There he is.
He needs to move it.
There you go. If you move a little bit closer in, Mr. Polly. All right, if I could everybody raise your right hands, please.
There's my right.
All right, do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead, buddy.
Judge, I'll start with Mrs. Polly. Mrs. Polly, this is Dean. It's good to see you.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about the affidavit of facts concerning the identity of Bobby Lee Watkins Cole's heirs. What is your relationship to Mrs. Cole?
She's my biological sister.
Okay. Have you had a chance to look at the affidavit we established who her family is and set up the facts of her family?
Yes.
Okay. Was the information that we put on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I'll pass this witness to Mr. Adams.
Any questions, Mr. Adams? Court takes notice of your report.
Okay. Mr. Polly, you are Madris's husband, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You've also had a chance to look at the affidavit concerning the heirship that we've given you, is that correct?
Correct.
And is everything on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, I'll pass this witness.
No questions.
Okay. Judge, I would then ask Mrs., I call Mrs. Freya Trimmer, the applicant here.
So,
Hi, Ms. Trimmer. Ms. Trimmer, let me start by asking you about the assets of the estate. Well, let me start by asking this. What is your relationship to the decedent?
Bobby Cole is my daughter's biological grandmother or
Okay.
fraternal grandmother.
Bobby, yes, and Bobby, you were married to Bobby Cole, is that correct, at one time?
No, I was in a relationship with her son,
Well, that's, okay, that's what, and his name is what?
Benny Cole.
Benny, okay, my bad, Benny.
No problem.
Okay, so you've also had a chance to look at the heirship facts that we had put before the court, have you not?
I have.
And do you agree that we've identified all the heirs of the estate?
I do.
Okay. As far as the assets of the estate goes, we have been able to identify 3 pieces of property that the decedent owned here in Texas. And we've identified a Charles Schwab mutual fund account. Is that correct?
Correct.
It looks to me like if we added up all of the real property and the mutual fund, that has the estate valued at about $281,686. Is that correct?
That is correct.
25,000 of that is the Charles Schwab account, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You've also had a chance to look at the proof of death and other facts that we provided with the application, have you not?
Yes.
And is everything on there true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
I'll pass this witness, Your Honor.
No question.
What we're gonna have you do is we're gonna have you sign the documents that I provided to you in front of a notary.
Mhm.
And if you guys will get them back to me, I'll those with the court, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what about it on the application? It says that there's a Port Arthur Teachers Credit Union account.
Well, if
I
there
don't
is,
think-
Judge, we haven't found any money in it. We'll have to get back to you. If we can get access to it and there is money in there, we'll certainly add that to our list. But right now, we don't know, we don't have access to that. Let me ask you, Fred, do you know anything about the Port Arthur Teachers Credit Union account?
I do know that she has an account. I am aware that it may be money in there, but how much, I don't know.
That's where we're at with that, Judge. We just don't really have a beat on it yet until we get her appointed.
And Ms. Trimmer is the mother of one of the grandchildren,
Cool.
Correct.
That's correct.
and that's,
The youngest one.
okay, the one that was born in 2016?
2000.
It was
2000.
2000, yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, if y'all will get your proof signed before notaries and get those back to Mr. Brinkley, then we'll get the order signed so that we can issue the necessary letters that will allow the assets of the estate to be marshaled. Thank you, Mr. and Ms. Pauley, for showing up here today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a great week.
Judge, what
You too.
did you set the bond at so I can get the application filed?
Well,
Well, current stuff is not going to be signed until
Right.
they
we get
submit
those
their-
back, so bring it up here and let's talk about
Okay,
whether
we'll
or
talk about
not
the
there's
bond.
any
Okay.
opportunities for safekeeping or
We
anything.
got it. And we can, if we get the right documents, we can look at that Port Arthur Teachers Credit Union account. I don't expect there'll be a lot there, but we'll find out.
Very
Okay.
good. All right, Ms. Trimmer, you're welcome to be excused. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right, you too, Judge.
Bye-bye.
Bye.